Morning Eagles, this is Alexis coming to run you through today's show. Today we'll be discussing all things George Jenkins. We'll be learning about the origin of George Jenkins with Cindy, while Eli will be discussing our status as an academic school, and Justin and Charlotte will be interviewing some of our teachers on campus. I'm looking forward to it, and so should you. ENN starts right now. Most people can't say in confidence that they know the true origin of George Jenkins. In fact, most students don't even know when George Jenkins came to be. Thankfully, we've got Cindy to go more in depth. Let's get to it.
Whether you're getting ready to graduate from GJ or it's your freshman year, not many students know the history of our school. You may know how it was founded by George Jenkins, the founder of Publix, but I'm here to tell you some lesser-known facts about how this school came to be. In the early 1990s, Lakeland, Florida received a high increase of residency. Though there were a sufficient amount of elementary and middle schools in the area, high schools like Lakeland Senior and Kathleen became too overcrowded. While ideas to enlarge the current high schools at the time led to them becoming too extensive and maze-like for students, it became necessary to build a new high school in the area, resulting in today's George W. Jenkins High School. GJ opened for the first time back in 1993, as an attempt to reduce this overcrowding and create additional space for high schoolers to properly further their education. As a result, Richard Lewis became the very first principal of George Jenkins. He set the standard for this school to give a, quote, quality education for every student in a challenging, caring atmosphere dedicated to educational excellence and community involvement, end quote, which has stayed true to this day. Jenkins didn't wait long before their involvement in high school sports either. Not long after the opening of our school, we offered 18 different sports for students to participate in, and later won our first state title thanks to the boys tennis team back in 1998. Today, we are learning on a $95 million campus that includes 95 acres of land in southeast Lakeland, all thanks to the overcrowding of high schools in the 90s. I hope this taught you a little bit more about the history of GJ and how it became what it is today. I'm Cindy, signing off.
Thanks, Cindy. Here at George Jenkins, we're actually one of the only academic high schools in all of Central Florida. And if that piques your interest, up next we've got Eli, who's got a bunch more academic information to get you fired up.
George Jenkins is one of the only schools in Polk County to offer academies. It has many courses and academies to offer. One of the academies offered is the Digital Design and Technology Academy. This academy's mission statement is to use industry-standard software with a focus on increasing student achievement. This academy has plenty of courses to offer, such as TV production and digital design. The next academy is the Engineering Academy, which has two branches, the Engineering branch and the Drafting branch. Another academy is the Geico Academy, which is hosted by Geico. The academy focuses on business and management. Another academy offered is the Medical Academy, which is the academy for all things medical. Their mission statement is to mentor, engage, and develop. There's also the Academy of Legal Studies, which focuses on legal studies and laws. Lastly, we have the Agriculture and Veterinary Science Academy, which focuses on farming and studying animals. I'm Eli, reporting for ENN. Back to you, anchors.
Thanks, Eli. Now, if only we had some real accounts to back all this up. Thankfully, Charlotte and Justin have our back since they're going to be interviewing some of the teachers that have been here since the beginning. Let's see it.
Have you ever wondered how George Jenkins High School was like years ago? There has been many changes throughout the years since the school has been open. Now we're going to go to Justin, who has interviewed Coach Canning about his time and experience at George Jenkins High School.
Oh, how did I start working here? Well, in I guess it would have been 92, I was at Lake Gibson High School. My wife and I taught there at the time, and Richard Lewis had just been selected as principal at George Jenkins High School, and he was recruiting different people to come with him to George Jenkins High School. And he had talked to my wife and I about coming out there. I don't know if you want to call it an experiment, but several of us were selected to come down here and help start this school, and I considered that a real privilege. How long? Geez, I was here, I believe, from basically 92, 93 is when we got started, because I remember being out in trailers out there as I was moving toward becoming an administrator. Every change that has come here, I think, has been a progression to improve the school, improve student learning, the expansion of all the programs that have been added here, all the academies. This is just a really special place.
Thanks, Coach Canning. It's always good to know how things have changed over the years. I'm Charlotte Zatuli, signing off from ENN.
Thanks, guys. Now let's get into some of today's announcements. Today you've learned about our origin, our academic status, and even some personal accounts to back it all up. Here at GJ, we couldn't be any prouder of how far we've gotten, and I'm sorry to say that that's going to be the end of the show. I'm Alexis, signing off, ENN.